Hey everybody and welcome. It is me, your songwriting partner, your co-producer, and as always, your friend, Joe Seavey. And happy Thursday, guys. And Thursday is always our class that we call Picture This. Picture This is when we write a chorus based on a photograph or an image or, whatever the subject matter is that we present in this class. Your job is to write a chorus that kind of sums up what that picture means to you. Now, when I say that, what it means to you, even though it's it's a photograph of, a certain image, there's no wrong way to write this down. Like if it's a picture of a car, you could write it about a car, driving through the countryside or whatever. Or if it makes you think about your mom had a car just like that, and your mom used to drive you to the store as a little kid, write about that. It's entirely up to you. Of course, I want you to write something that pertains to the image, but there's no wrong way to do this. It's what you feel and what you see and what emotions come out of whatever it is that you're looking at. And I want you to write whatever that is, write that down on the paper, and that'll become what your version of that picture is. And, a lot of people ask me, why do we do this? Why is this exercise so valuable? Well, I love this exercise for so many reasons. The main reason is it gives you a starting point to write a song. A lot of times somebody will come over and we'll start writing a song and they'll say, what do you want to write about? And I'll say, what do you want to write about? And they'll be like, well, I don't know. I thought maybe you had some ideas. So sometimes finding a picture will kind of set you off so you're not staring at a blank piece of paper for an hour and a half, 2 hours, just looking at a blank, notebook going, I don't know what to write. This at least gives you some sort of a starting place. And the other thing of that too is also, I don't always feel super creative. And so this is like a push towards creativity. It gives you that little push, and everything can be an influence. Like, this photograph or these photos that I give you should be, food for thought, and an influence. Everything around us can be an influence. One of the things about being creative constantly, even though nobody is creative constantly, you have to pick up these little tricks. I've picked up these little tricks over the years to help me look for inspiration where sometimes it's not there from me. So I need an outside source to tap into in order to be creative. And sometimes it's another song. Sometimes it's a movie. It can be a commercial. Heck, it can even be like, you overhearing a conversation a booth over in a restaurant. I've written songs from all of these scenarios I just mentioned, from movies, from TV shows, from other songs have gotten like, the idea of that song was like, oh, that's kind of neat. I like that idea. Maybe I can, write something similar, but for my own, original spin. You know what I mean? And so everything around us can be an influence if we know how to tap into it. It's not always obvious. It's not always right there. So this is a nice little send-off. It's a nice little way to jumpstart your creativity so that you have a starting point, I know it's been really helpful to me, even with you guys over the years, at Performing Arts at the studio in Inglewood. We had a big giant television up front, and a lot of times the screen, the Google Images, the screensaver would pop up where you'd get all these like really cool scenes, like an aerial view of Ireland or, a flower in the middle of winter or something. Just crazy, like cool, thought-provoking pictures that just make you go, wow, that's really neat. And if you could put words to that photograph, what would those words be? Well, this is kind of like where we are with that, give that image, the image should have a lot of story in it anyway. All you're doing is adding what you hear inside your head out loud, and everybody's story is going to be different. Like what you hear to this will not be the same as what I hear, because you're going also by your, things that have happened to you in the past, and whatever these images strike for you to make you come up with any kind of emotional connection, that's personal. That's very personal. So I don't know what you've all been through, on that level, So anyway, so that's kind of, the gist of this exercise. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to show you the photograph, and after the photograph, I'm going to show you the lyrics that I wrote for the photograph. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, here is your photograph. Enjoy. Okay, and so you saw the picture. It appears to be a woman in a bird cage. Okay. Now, I thought that was kind of cool. I was flipping through some photographs, and that one popped up. And I just thought, wow, that's really neat, She's hanging up, in a bird cage, looking down, holding onto the bars. It just looks like she was there against her will. She doesn't look very happy in the cage. I mean, that's what I got out of it. I don't want to force ideas into you, because I want you to see this how you see it, okay? Whatever that is for you, I don't want to ruin that for you, okay? So, whatever you see in that picture is going to be entirely your universe, and I don't want to interrupt that for you at all. But, I'm going to show you creatively how I came to this conclusion and the words that I wrote to this, okay? So I'm going to read it right now for you. So here it is. It says, "And I look you dead in your eyes, and all you tell me are lies. Can't seem to break out of the cage that kept me tied. And you just took me for a ride." I'll read it again. "And I look you dead in your eyes, and all you tell me are lies. Can't seem to break out of the cage that kept me tied. And you just took me for a ride." Now, I have a cadence and a rhythm to that I haven't shared with you yet. So, whenever I'm writing words anyway, I automatically hear the cadence, you know what I mean? How it's going to go rhythmically. I already kind of figured that out for myself. As I'm writing it, I'm looking for the rhythm, and looking at the picture and then looking at my words. So I saw the cage, and it just made me think that this person isn't happy and they're being held against their will. So I just thought that this person wants to get out of this thing, and doesn't want to be locked in this cage. So they're asking whoever it is, their captor, I'm not happy here and I want to go. And that's what that picture told me. That picture said that to me, like, I'm not happy. I'm a prisoner here in your cage and I want to be set free. And, you know, you've lied to me. You've made, you know, you lied to me. You know, you keep me under your thumb all the time. You know, it's another way to say, you know, you keep me tied up, you know, under your thumb. That's some people use that expression. So anyway, that is my lyrics. That's what I wrote for this particular picture. And I can't wait to see what you guys write for this photograph, because you guys have been giving me some great stuff. I mean, seriously. And I just want to say you guys are doing a fantastic job every week. Continue to keep pumping out some great stuff. All right, guys, that is all the time that we have for tonight. This is your songwriting partner, your co-producer, and as always, your friend Joe CB signing off. I love you guys. Be safe. Take care of yourselves. And I will see you very soon. All right, guys. Love you. Peace.